stuff like that.
Hey, this is Morgan from Sevendust, and if you're not into now, you're into nothing.
So let me know either way.
So the big Sevendust tour, how's that been going so far?
Here we go. It's been good. Real good. We went out and did like 3 weeks a few months ago, and that was sold out across the board. That was us in Lacuna Coil. And, we took a few weeks off, went back out with Lacuna Coil and Candlelight Red for about a week and a half, and this is the second week of Coal Chamber joining us.
And you can do 6 of those,
So it's
6
Coal
degree
Chamber,
range.
Lacuna Coil, and Candlelight Red.
Fun, that way it gives us 36.
Huge every night.
You know, and
That's
that's
one hell of a lineup right there, man, from start to finish, you know.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
it's really
With-
fun.
Did you guys have a say-so? I know a lot of the bands have their bookers who book the tours, but did you guys have a say-so on which band you wanted to bring out?
Yeah, we put it, I mean, we've been around so long now that, we like to have our hands in on all that stuff. And me and Des had been talking a year and a half ago about this happening at some point. And so when he came to me and said, listen, we're going to do the Coal Chamber thing, we should do it together. I said, let's go, let's just do it. We'll put our agents together and let them hash out all the stuff. And then they asked who we wanted, and Lacuna was available, so we wanted them first. And then, to be fair, we decided that we would pick one band to, open the show for the first half, and then Coal Chamber would pick the other band. So I picked Candlelight Red, and he picked Stolen Babies. Is that right?
Yeah.
Stolen Babies?
Stolen Babies, yeah.
I haven't heard them yet, but
Yeah, they're all right. They're a pretty good band.
yeah. So I've heard some good stuff about them. I'm looking forward to seeing them. But yeah,
Let's
great.
talk a little bit about Candlelight Red and why you chose them. Was you a fan of the band?
I
How did
produced
you
them,
come-
and they're great guys. They I really enjoy working with them. So I had an opportunity, to do something that would help them out a little bit. And I'm friends with all of them. They're a good band, really good.
Nice. Now, what are the fans in store for with this tour with you guys, with your live set?
It's really just a really good lineup. I mean, Candlelight playing first is amazing. I mean, they're a better band than a first band. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but they've paid some dues already. They were on Uproar, so the lineup's just so strong that the only slot that was available was first. So the crowd is getting a band that should be playing later, playing first, and then Lacuna plays, and they're amazing live. And the Coal Chamber goes up, and Coal Chamber brings the heat every night, so usually I'll walk in and watch a little bit of them every night, especially because I'm usually tired, so I'll come in, I'm like, oh man, it's going to be a tough one, and I see them, and I'm like, better be ready to bring it. So, it's me and Mikey rode on our bus last night, and I hung out with him all night, and we were talking about how we love each other, we get along really well. I want them to have a great show every night. I want to have a great show every night, so it's not really a competitive thing as much as it is, it's pushing each other a little bit. So the crowd gets to have a few bands up there that are trying to push each other, which makes it a pretty exciting show.
Has there been a night yet when you're watching them and you're like, damn man, I gotta kick it up a notch or two tonight?
Every night.
Every night.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Usually I'm on a vampire schedule, so this is like crack of dawn for me right now.
I'm right there with you.
So I usually go to bed at like 8 in the morning. Go to Brucey. I usually go to bed like 8 in the morning, and then I wake up around 7 or 8 at night, get up for a minute and eat around this time, and then so I'm usually a little groggy, a little like, oh, it's gonna take me a minute to get going because it's really almost like morning when I'm hitting the stage. So it's nice to walk in and see them doing some damage, and then gives me a little extra pep.
Nice. Let's talk a little bit about the new Sevendust record. What was that like for you recording that? What's going in and recording that? You guys have been in the studio so much through the years. Did you do anything different this time around?
We just went in with no expectations, and we had taken like a year off, so the idea was, let's just go in and write together. Let's put a record together. We actually at one point decided that if we didn't have the record, we would just, get together later on in the year and finish it up. It wasn't, I don't think anybody really anticipated the record being this strong. So, you know, we went in there and started knocking songs out one by one. I mean, we had no music, no lyrics, no melodies, no nothing. And we gave ourselves about 5 weeks to put together some music. And by the time we got through 4 weeks of it, we basically had a record, and we looked at each other like, let's go ahead and write another song because we have another week. And we didn't really feel like doing anything new, so we went into an old batch of material that we had, and Decay, the first single, was actually written for the Cold Day Memory record, and so the music, the bulk of the music was there, and that was like perfect, you know, we'll just throw this on there, maybe it'll be a B-side or something extra, and first single.
Yeah. Are you surprised at the fan reactions to the new stuff?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we're so in the bubble, you know, that it's been one long album cycle for us for about 6 or 7 years, just record tour, just one after the other. So to take almost a year off away from it, I think it let the people that support us appreciate us a little more. We appreciated them a little more. You know, I mean, we love the people that support the band, and that's obvious. I mean, we're very vocal about it. But like anything else, you know, you can wear your welcome out. And we got complacent. I think that the crowds might have gotten a little complacent in the fact that we were always coming around. So it was nice to miss each other a little bit. It was nice to miss the band a little bit too, you know, because I was a little, he just gave me the finger. Because we've been together for so long, you know. It's just, it was time to take a vacation from each other, from everything, from just Sevendust period. So it was good.
What was that like for you, being kind of always being out on the road or in the studio? What was that like for you, having that much free time on your hands?
It was good for the first month and a half, you know, and then you start to realize that your lifestyle is still spending the same money that it's spent when you're on the road, but there's no money coming in. So, and you know, and I'm not one to sit around either. So, me and Clint had talked about doing, you know, a side band, and that's when we did the Call Me No One thing, and that took about a month, you know, to do that. So that was a month cut into the year, and then we had some offers to do a few Sevendust shows, and they said, why don't we book a week around this? We're like, all right. So we did a week together, and then we did another week and a half together. So that was another half a month out of the year that was taken. Then me and Clint went on the road for 2 weeks. There's the other half month, so 2 months is taken. Then I went and I produced Candlelight Red. I did them twice. That was about another month. And I did some producing with Infinite Staircase and the Devise. And so I just, not Daydreams, but you know, I basically filled some holes. You know, I did a little vacationing. I hung out with my kids a lot. I broke up with a girlfriend.
Nice.
Became single for a little while, you know.
Ran the whole gamut of everything.
Yeah, I was like, you know, let's clean house here a little bit, you know. It was just nice. You know, I had a good time with it. And then, you know, then we started doing the Sevendust record, and then we started to chop at the bit, and missing this. So.
Nice. Let's talk a little bit about your side project. You know, a lot of bands do side projects, and then all of a sudden the side project takes over from that.
Yeah.
Are you going to continue to do that, like on your off time for Sevendust?
Yeah, I think that we made a really good record with that, and I think more than anything, it proved that we weren't trying to do a Sevendust record. We really wanted it to be different. I think now that we went into a little bit of a different direction with that we can even go further, you know. So I think that it'll be, you know, it's really just an outlet, you know. I mean, Sevendust is really diverse, so it's hard to not sound like Sevendust. There's moments on the record that you've got 2 of the guys from Sevendust and 2 of the guys that write with Sevendust, so it's gonna have its moments. But you know, we took a lot of distortion out. We took all chunk out. They took a kick pedal away from me, so there was no digga going on, you know. I mean, basically just tried to force us out of the comfort zone. And,
was that difficult for you when you took that pedal out?
It wasn't a pedal as much as it was writing different drum patterns and consistently writing them different, and trying not to make them sound like the same one that I just tracked. So it was like we'd get through a song, and I'd be, yeah, man, that came out good. And then we go to another song, and all of a sudden that beat kind of sounds like the one I just did. So it's like, oh, I got to change that. And then you can imagine, you know, you get 7 or 8 songs in, and you just, you know, it was challenging, you know, to not sound like me.
Yeah.
So.
To make yourself sound like somebody else.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it ended up working out. It was a nice challenge. It was a fun record to do.
Mm-hmm. Good stuff, definitely some good stuff.
Thanks.
So, let's talk a little bit about life on the road for you. I mean, you've toured the world many times. What do you do on the road to keep yourself occupied when you're not sleeping and not playing? Video games?
Yeah. I mean, I'm having too much fun right now. If you were to ask me last year, you know, I'd probably say, you know, watch a lot of TV, try to recover from the beating that, you know, you put on your body from the night before. I'm having a lot of fun now. This is the first time I've been single on the road in my life. So, I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm some hooker out here or anything, but I'm pretty easy. No, I'm just having a good time, you know.
Yeah.
You like that, huh, Bobby B?
Having a good time.
I mean, it's just, it's
That's
time
what
to
rock and
have,
roll is,
yeah,
you
you
know?
know, I never,
Not supposed to be uptight, suit and tie.
yeah, you know, I'm pretty business-like, you know, but I mean, it's, I don't know, it's nice to have some fun, finally, you know. I don't have to call anybody at the house, I don't have to check in with anybody, so it's nice.
Now, what about, let's talk a little bit about the alien freak quarter stuff. Doing that?
Yeah, I mean, that, I have a few people that run that for me, you know. I get involved with some of the design stuff with them, and they'll shoot me ideas of, you know, what they want to do, and I'll yay it or nay it. That thing is just, you know, it was really more of a joke than anything. It wasn't that big of a deal. And then, you know, it ended up doing pretty well. So it's a cool little thing. I like when they come up with new stuff. And, I think it's
Shoot you some new product to check out.
yeah, you know.
That
I mean,
sucks, but that's fucking
yeah.
badass.
You suck. You're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. What would be one thing that you could tell us about Morgan that maybe someone wouldn't know about?
There was a couple of people in
Were you either reality TV or, you know,
I've had my moments with reality TV for sure. You know, I was a Big Brother fanatic for a while.
As soon as he finishes up with that, as soon as the call finishes up with that, I'm gonna bring him.
My ex-girlfriend, for some crazy reason, had me hooked on like all the
Well,
cooking
right now,
shows. And
two of
ironically,
the-
she couldn't boil a fucking
Two of the
egg.
people that are supposed to be
She had me,
qualified,
sorry,
can't
about
do
the curse word.
Oh, it's okay, man. We're uncensored. So.
They, you know, but she had me all hooked on Hell's
So
Kitchen
I wanna
and, you
get this done as much
know,
as you do, so you can go.
what all of them, you know, Chopped and all that stuff. I got into all those shows for a while. Top Chef.
Yeah.
But, yeah, all that stuff. That was
Did you
my favorite.
ever get tempted to, God, I gotta try and make that. That looks awesome. I'm gonna eat that. Did you ever?
No, I was more like kind of giving her the slight eye going, write something down.
DVR
Record
it,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. But,
Well,
yeah, no, I mean, I'm sports fanatic, you know. It gets a little bit unnerving to be around me when it's, when certain events are happening.
What about college basketball?
College basketball.
Being here in Wichita right now, the Shockers, man,
Yeah.
those guys are
Yeah.
pulling an upset. you
Yeah.
know?
I think that, I mean, I think that Michigan's gonna probably, I think Michigan's gonna win, but I think Michigan's gonna win.
Yeah.
But I mean, now that whole Louisville thing has got a cool story behind it. That boy kid. So,
Yeah, that was crazy.
crazy.
You know, something you don't necessarily think you're going to see in basketball.
Yeah. my buddy texted me and he said, "Don't put on sports. People want to feel nauseous." So I went straight to sports. And then I couldn't get enough of it on like YouTube. You know, I'm a horror fan. You know, and
I was like, man, the last time I seen something like that happen, I'm gonna nerd myself a little bit here, but I was watching old WCW wrestling. It was Sid Vicious.
Yeah.
And he jumped off the ropes, and as soon as he hit the mat, his boom snapped.
Yeah.
Scott Steiner still beat him up, even though the bone was sticking out, and pinned him.
Wow.
And that was the last time I seen something that brutal happen in real life. And
It was really sad, man. I mean, I saw the reaction of those kids, you know, that were just, it was life-changing for everybody that was involved. So, I mean, I'm soft spot is kind of rooting for them. My team is Georgia Tech, and they're terrible, so they're not in anything. They're not even allowed to watch them. They're so bad.
Let's talk a little bit about horror films. Myself being a horror film fan, it's been a huge resurgence of horror films coming out in the last year or so. Any films that you've seen or anything coming out that you're looking forward to?
Evil Dead. I really want to see that.
And that right there, see, I'm a die-hard original Evil Dead fan.
Yeah.
Bruce Campbell.
I'm a little nervous about it, but it looked legit.
And I mean, Bruce Campbell endorses it.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, the man who's the legend is saying this is good.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking maybe it's worth checking out.
I'm all over that. There's a few remakes that I really liked. They're getting better at it. You know, like the Hills Have Eyes. That remake, the first one was really good. The second one was just all gore, nothing. But even the first remake of Texas Chainsaw was actually pretty good. You know, they made him legit.
Yeah.
Leatherface was like a linebacker.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't some fat dude that shouldn't be catching anybody. Like
the original is that's my number one favorite.
It's my favorite movie, favorite horror movie.
I've seen it 4,618 times.
That's better than me.
I was the president of the Gunnar Hansen International Fan Club for 5 years.
Shit, you really don't like me calling him a fat dude chasing somebody. No doubt about it. I mean, it's the scariest horror flick ever, and it's way scarier than the remake. It's a really scary movie.
What got me was, you don't see a lot of blood, you don't see a lot of, death, but it's the music, it's the setup that gets you.
For sure.
And the other thing is, it could be your next door neighbor.
Yeah. All that kind of stuff freaks me out.
It's not like some guy with burnt face and knives that come in your dreams. I mean, this was a family that could be living next door to you and you never know it.
Yeah.
And that's what got me into it.
I was terrified when I saw it the first time.
Yeah, definitely.
That one, The Shining, got me like that too.
See, The Shining, there was only a couple of parts that got me, but the one movie that I will honestly admit scared the shit out of me was the first Amityville Horror.
Yeah.
And I was like
House
8
Issues.
when I seen that, and right after I actually went to go see Good Guys Wear Black with Chuck Norris.
Yeah.
And it didn't come in that day, so they had Amityville Horror playing in the theater.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and went in with my buddy and his family and got home and went to bed, and I had this tree branch. And when the wind blew, it would scrape my window, the screen on the outside.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit.
That ain't gonna work.
Scared the shit out of me.
Landscape man. Fix the tree branch.
So the tree branch broke off. So.
Oh man.
But I would say that and the original Chainsaw, the only two that really got me.
I'm trying to think, I mean, it's different. It's all relative. It's like, and if I'm alone, I can't watch anything. I can't. I used to get, commercials would come on that would scare me, and I'd freak out and change the channel. But I mean, there's some creepy ones that have come out that have got me, like Strangers. That one freaked me out. That was just creepy to me. I'm trying to think of new ones that came out that were cool. There's a few that that weren't so cool either, but like I Spit on Your Grave.
Yeah.
The new one, the new version. Have you seen that?
Yeah. I'm a fan of the original.
Yeah, I like the original.
It's not as it doesn't get you where it should get you into
Yeah.
the horror genre.
Yeah, it's more
It's too
just
commercial.
disturbing. You know, the original was really disturbing.
Oh, yeah. Also, The Last House on the Left as well. Like
Yeah.
the original was
The
just
original was very creepy.
like the rape and murder scenes in the original
Yeah.
just like blew your mind.
Yeah.
You know, and then the remake, they kind of just went too commercial with it.
They go straight to the rectum, man.
Yeah.
They're like, listen, what can we do to freak them out real bad? Oh, let's go to the ass. You know, it's like, doesn't matter if it, you know, it's rape. Rape is rape, but we didn't go in the ass the first go around. You know, it's like, all right, pal.
Nice. Let's talk a little bit about, I know Sevendust does a lot of the summer festival shows. What festivals are you guys doing this summer?
We're doing Rock on the Range, and
I know we're gonna miss you at Rockfest this year.
yeah, we're doing that though, aren't we? We doing Rockfest?
Kansas City?
Are you guys on Rockfest this year?
Yeah, we're doing Kansas
In
City
May.
Rockfest. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe, okay.
Yeah. you'll see.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. There's so many bands that play that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's another thing I was gonna ask about. I mean, got Johnny Dare up there, 98.9, loves you
He's
guys.
like best friends with LeJean now. It's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Man. It's like they're best friends.
It's like almost inseparable.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's kind of like him and Jesse from Jackal. Yeah, they're like that. And I've known Johnny for 12 years, 13
He's a
years.
good dude.
I mean, that guy, when he gets behind you, I mean,
Yeah.
he definitely puts that
He's a
station
huge,
behind you guys.
huge player, and you know, he's always been really cool to us. And then LeJean moved to Kansas City. Next thing you know, he's hanging out with Johnny Dare every day, or he's going to Bob Edwards' place every other day. You know, it's
Mhm.
like, okay, well, you know, we're friends with the people in Kansas City now.
Yeah.
So
You're not
it's
just
really
one of the
cool.
bands that come through and they shake your hand, hey,
Yeah,
love your music,
absolutely.
blah, blah, blah,
They
ask
could-
kiss, ask kiss.
They
But,
probably could care less if we were in a band, you know,
Mhm.
which I like it like that.
yeah, definitely. Are there any of the summer festivals that you guys are playing that you're looking forward to?
I mean, those two are really always fun. You know, Rock Festival and the Range, they're always fun to do those. I used to really like doing those things, and now it's just, I like hanging out with the people. The playing part, I really don't even think about that much. You know? It's more of like, man, we gotta play in a little while. All right, I'll see you in an hour. You know, like you wanna hang out, you get pulled in, man, you know, you go on in an hour, it's like, shit. You know, it's more of a reunion, you know, when you get all those bands together. Because, you know,
See guys you haven't seen for years
Yeah.
and meet new guys that you're fans of.
absolutely.
Mhm.
And I like to see some of those bands, man, that I haven't seen in a while. So
Mhm.
they're always fun. Those two in particular, I'm really looking forward to.
Man, I think that pretty much covers everything. Any last comments you want to toss in?
That whole rectum thing, I didn't mean to go there. No, man, that was fun. I like talking about stuff outside of the music, you know.
Yeah.
Horror stuff is like, I don't meet a lot of people that are all into
Hey,
that.
hey.
So.
Oh, yeah, that's
And I apologize to God.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good.
I gotta go back and watch that now again. I know for sure that that movie fucked me up real good when I first saw it. I was a kid. And my dad let me see that. I was probably fucking 8 years old. And he let me see Jaws. And there were some weird movies that he let me watch when I was a kid. You remember this movie called Rituals?
Oh, yeah.
Where they nailed the dude to the chair, he nailed him to the chair on top of the mountain, right?
Mhm. Yep.
On the cliff.
Yep.
I watched that shit when I was like 5.
Wow.
And I was just petrified, you know. I gotta watch that one again too. I can't find that anywhere.
Wow. Yeah, that's one thing I like about Netflix is they have such a wide variety of the old
Yeah.
horror films that you can't find in like the
Did they remake The Rituals too?
For one guy who's on 3 of our lists.
No,
Or did they just come up with a movie
there's
called Rituals?
Yeah, I think it was a totally different
That's
one.
exactly
Yeah.
right.
I don't think you could remake that one. No, it wouldn't be the same.
That was like, I mean, I only saw it once, and I was petrified. But I mean, I vaguely remember it being kind of like Deliverance,
Mhm. Yep.
you know, but way more horrific.
Mhm. See, those are the kind of films that really inspired me, was the stuff
Yeah,
that's
if you wanna go ahead and get rid of.
realistic, that could actually
Yeah.
happen to you, you know?
Yeah,
Have some kind of hockey mask and a
yeah, I mean,
We could have Bruce see if
you
he's
know,
got
yeah,
somebody before we could-
shock effect and Halloween and stuff like that was
Okay.
okay if you're into that, you know, like
Mhm.
startling moment. But as far as just, you know, having to look over your shoulder and, you know, look out the blinds and do
Mhm.
the creepiness of reality horror is,
Alright.
I'm in the same
Do
boat.
we need to
Oh,
keep
yeah,
open?
yeah. Yeah, that's like one coming up that I'm really looking forward to is The Lords of Salem, the new zombie film.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
the few clips that I've seen that they've sent out for the press, wow.
A buddy
I mean,
of mine
talking about it,
worked on
kind
that.
of goosebumps just talking about it because it looks so badass.
Yeah. He's great at what he does.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's the real deal.
And that's why I like he's not only just horror, but I mean, he's doing the Broad Street Bullies about the
Yeah.
Rocky Brothers.
Yeah.
And then he's got a comedy coming out after that.
I'm anxious to see how he crosses over to all that stuff. I'm sure it'll be great. I mean, he's really talented.
Mhm. But yeah, definitely. Some good stuff coming. Definitely, man.
Friday.
Yeah, man.
Evil Dead.
Yeah, that's gonna rock.
I'm excited.
Hell yeah, hell yeah.
All right, man.